El Salvador, 1983. The U.S.-backed government is locked in a bloody civil war against leftist rebels. The Cold War is still on, and the U.S. fears the Soviet Union is trying to establish a communist beachhead in the hemisphere. I arrived straight from journalism school with press credentials from CBS News, which provide a kind of passport into the heart of the conflict.
A tense atmosphere reigns in San Salvador, where right-wing death squads have re-emerged to threaten and kidnap labor, religious, and university leaders.
The U.S. is pouring millions of dollars in aid into El Salvador to reform the government and vanquish the guerrillas. But human rights abuses persist. Death squads ply the nighttime streets, abducting and killing suspected opponents of the regime.
12 members of the local civil defense force were executed, some yanked from their homes unarmed. An entire family perished when the rebels bombed their house.
I soon realized the story that interests me the most is out in the countryside. That's where U.S. advisors are training recruits in Vietnam-style counterinsurgency warfare. It's where the rebels are on the move, devising new tactics of their own. And most importantly, it's where the untold stories of human drama are unfolding.
Her name is Rosa Miriam Quijada from the northern province of Chalatenango. She became a widow this week in a cruel tale reporters covering the war here have come to regard as routine.
More experienced reporters take me to the field and show me the ropes. I learn where I'm likely to find the guerrillas, where the army may be operating, and how to coax information from frightened civilians caught in the crosshairs.
Scott Wallace for CBS News, San Salvador.
The Cold War lens blurred the vision of those who looked through it, and it tended to obscure a deeper truth. Cold-blooded killing was taking place on a large scale. Entire communities were being ripped apart by the violence. I came to realize that we reporters were serving as valuable conduits. The people wanted the outside world to know. They wanted their stories to be told.
There's fear everywhere, said one. We're scared to death. We've been through too much to go back.
Eventually, I moved to Nicaragua, where again the U.S. was fighting a war by proxy. Here, the U.S. was arming and directing the Contra rebels, seeking to overthrow the revolutionary Sandinista government backed by Moscow.
Specially trained battalions sweep through the mountains. They encircle the rebels, then hammer them with mortar and machine gun fire.
It was harder to find the war in Nicaragua. It was taking place deep in the interior, where the Contras were staging deadly ambushes on military and civilian targets. As in El Salvador and neighboring Guatemala, the human toll was staggering for a country of this size. Tens of thousands dead or injured, hundreds of thousands more displaced by the violence.
According to witnesses, several hundred rebels moved into the hills surrounding the hamlet late Monday afternoon.
The people of Central America today are still living with the consequences of those wars. I think we owe it to ourselves and to our Central American neighbors to remember what happened there just a few decades ago. It's really the only way to understand the current immigration crisis on our southern border. And by remembering, perhaps we can also avoid such tragedies altogether in the future.